Good evening and welcome to my channel Equity One, where I'm going to speak about today a very interesting factor called about the Akasa Airlines and the recent infusion that they have started speaking about. Now, Akasa Airlines is now looking into again infusion of money in the form of equity, in the form of loans that they are looking into it. And already we know that 46% of the holding is with the great billionaire Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Now, what does this signify for us in terms of the economy? See, if you look into the aviation sector for quite a while, though there has been several ups and downs in this section, in this sector altogether, starting from Jet Airways, followed by the Go Air, and then when you're going to talk about all the mishappenings that have gone through, in fact, many of the shortcomings, including Kingfisher Airlines, but still this aviation sector sounds to be something like a sunrise sector. Still a hope, a lot of positivity, a lot of thought process in terms of investing. When India actually started liberalizing the entire concept of aviation, making it all the more competitive enough, right from that time till now, the aviation sector has always been a dream for many entrepreneurs. Now, with Tata taking back Air India into its fold and coming up with Vistara Airlines, I think this sector is bound to see even more growth. Though there might be scenarios, news coming in for bankruptcy, or there might be scenarios where the airlines have not paid their staff members, but nevertheless, there are going to be investors, there are going to be entrepreneurs who are going to seek the betterment of this particular sector. So, in the long run, the aviation is going to be promising for two reasons. One, you see that the ever growing traffic demand that we are speaking about, higher connectivities of the airports that are coming into picture, and in the present government scenario where they have been able to establish 74 new airports in the last 10 years. So, with all this kind of positivity in the Indian infrastructure space and in the transportation sector, I think aviation will definitely play a very prominent role in terms of connecting people and taking you forward. Also, I would like to put on a special emphasis here when we are going to talk about the most important thing is called as the sustainability also. In the long run, what is very important is that to sustain a business like the aviation sector, this is definitely going to be very difficult. Why? Because it's not just based on the passenger traffic, or it's not just going to be based on a seasonal basis. It is more about the factor that how you are going to control your operations and make the operations even more feasible, and it needs to be controlled in such a manner that the management is able to take the airlines to the next level. So definitely a lot of management thought process is going to come in terms of sustainability, in terms of growth, and also in the long run this sector is going to promise a lot of jobs and a lot of brighter openings for people here. Following which, I would also like to go in for the pharma sector as the equity recommendation now, where I see that certain pharma sectors, companies like Ipca Laboratories, I'm also going to talk about Cadila Zydus, all these kind of pharma companies have started showing some sort of positivity. So I would definitely recommend all my members here to give a lot of concentration and importance towards the pharma sector. Slowly you would be able to see that good picks like Sun Pharma, and I'm going to talk about Arvindo, Cipla, and also about the Ipca Laboratories. These are some of the stocks which I would like to recommend for my investors in the coming scenario, in the coming months. Why? Because I'm seeing that there is going to be a huge positive growth in that sector. Now, the other thing which I'm going to talk about here is that with Wipro and other companies also trying to come back and say in the IT space that they are not ready for yet another hiring season. And you can see that the retail and FMCG space suddenly opening up with Aditya Birla coming up with the jewelry retail also into the market. So there is going to be a huge shift in the economy, moving again back from the services sector to that of manufacturing and the allied sectors. So my recommendation for today is that please keep a watch on the manufacturing sector and also a watch on the pharma sector. Why? Because these two sectors are going to be the promising sectors in the coming days. Thank you guys for joining me today on this wonderful session. I hope and believe that in the coming sessions, you will be able to make the best use of these ideas and continue with your smart investing. Thank you, and you have a good day.